War 9 of Season 47 versus Legion, and I am bringing Tigra, Crossbones, and Iron Man onto Path 4, but in this case, it's actually Section 2. So we're going to go ahead and skip Section 1, go straight to Section 2, and take the same Havok with Iron Man that I always do. Super straightforward fight, and yeah, not a lot of risk here. I do like to get intercepts if I can, but yeah, Special 1 spam, bait out specials, super straightforward game plan. Okay, let's head into this. We start with a parry, and combo a little bit, backdraft, which does not work out. Another light intercept, which does not work out. Then I get clipped because I'm being over-aggressive and whiffing hits into the air, which is never good. Bait that special out, and I believe I make a mistake in this fight. Oh, yeah, I can already tell it's about to happen. So I drop that special, and I'm almost ramped up, which is good. Missed the light intercept, but then we're good to go, and I think it might be here. Yeah, I'm late and I get parried, and so I get hit for probably what has to be almost 3,000 damage. Special 1 to invalidate the prowess again, and he is unblockable here, so trying to avoid that. Here we go, parry that first hit, and that is also late, so he dexes out of the way. I don't even know what was going through my head. I was playing so terribly here. Regardless, this striker is going to finish it, so super easy fight. Even in spite of the fact that I did all the terrible things, I still ended up at very high health. Then we have a Void here, and I'm using Crossbones. Again, super straightforward fight. It's 280,000 health, and yeah, not much going on here. So I'm just going to go ahead and, you know, get my intercept if I can, and then we're good to go. So here we go. Shrug that heal block, which is nice. That would have hurt my health a lot if it had not happened. Go ahead. I already had the intercept. Now I get a Special 1 for the Fury. Going to overrun, and heavy to pause, and yeah, this fight's like done. Like, there's just nothing else. I do take a fair bit of damage in this fight, actually, because I'm trying to play it a little bit safe, which involves throwing specials with power stings, so oopsies, my fault. Shrug that power sting, but I won't shrug the next one, I don't think. Oh, I also get hit in the face, which doesn't help. And here we go. Should throw the Special 1 here. There's not a single reason why I haven't so far, so that's a brain fart on my part, but I get the intercept. And I throw that 1 before, which doesn't even make sense. Like, I shouldn't have even done that. Terrible fight. Like, oh my gosh. Like, I don't even... This is so much worse than I remembered. I don't even know what's happening. But, I do solo, so yay. Jeez, that was brutal. Is what it is, though, so I got the solo. But let's not ever do that again. And here is Spot on node 38, and this is a fight that I really did not want. I have repeatedly asked not to have this fight because I do not like how Crossbones works for it. I just don't think he has the utility or damage to merit sending him here. I find it very hard to keep the Furies up to mitigate spots while also keeping the intercepts up to protect myself from these specials that are basically undexable. So here was the plan. I overrun to stop the spots, but he still gets 2, which is lovely. Then I intercept and I knock down, but it's gone. Like there's the taunt, it's gone. If he throws a special, he has 3 prowess, I'm dead. So I have to do a light intercept, and I do, so I clutch that up a little bit. But again, a reason why I hate this fight, it's garbage. Go ahead and drop the Special 2, and now I should just tap him here, and I'm trying to, but I dex early and I lose a hit of my invul, which is pathetic. So I need to bait out a heavy now, because that's the only safe way to trigger it, or the safest way. Then I'm just going to play keep away. I could also hit him a bunch and gain a bunch of Furies, but I wasn't feeling like risking that. Here, I get an intercept, which is perfect, and I get hit again. I don't even know how that happened. The backdrafts are just so unsafe right now, and it's super weird. So I bait that out. There we go, get my backdrafts, and again, look at these spots are just gonna start climbing, and like it's just a weird matchup, and I genuinely hate it. Like, I'll talk more about it in a second, but yeah. So here we go, Special 1, and that's fine. Gonna go for a backdraft again, which he does not go for because he's Spot and has the worst AI ever. You can basically only hit light intercepts versus him, so if you don't nail your light intercepts, this fight is a suicide mission. Here we go. I'm winning the health race, but barely. And there I overrun. That was really stupid. I should have tapped him. So that was a complete brain fart on my part. But I striker, then I knock him down. And that was a really poor time knockdown, realistically. There I throw that Special 1 to take the protection off. He's basically dead. I just want to turtle up. And he does not throw that. I should have repaired, but I was in like bait heavy mode. That's a medium ender. Wow. But even still, yeah. So this fight is over. And I do want to kind of talk about some of the reasons I really dislike this matchup. And I'm just going to replay the fight. You can watch it or not watch it. So Here's the problem, all right? I have to intercept because that's the number one thing. Don't get killed by his massive special one. So I have to intercept. The problem is I also need to pause my Furies. And my Furies are not going to be as, like, there's not going to be as many because he's a villain. So I'm not going to get as many from my overrun. I'm not going to get as many from my special one. And so I need to also knock him down. So I need to knock him down to pause them, which is difficult because I'm not even getting many in the first place. This is also a 6-star, which means that I get more crits than normal. Versus a 7-star, you get, like, no crits. So I'm going to get no artificial Furies from the fake crits, right? So I can't shut down his miss, and he's also incredibly hard to intercept because he wants to build spots. That's his AI. And so what you want here is you want an assisted interceptor. The only thing that Crossbones has here, he doesn't have damage because you're not getting Furies, and you have to intercept, and you have to knock him down, and you have to punish his special. So his specials are so long, too. So, yeah. You're not going to have any damage, and you're not going to be able to shut down his spots for some reason unless you get really, really lucky with your crit rate, especially against a 7-star, which this wasn't even. And the only thing you have for, like, the matchup is you have the class advantage in the tactic. So, I mean, there are many different options here that I think work a lot better, and I've always been a huge person who's against this matchup. So I've always been someone who dislikes this matchup, and I shared that, and they sent me anyway, which I was not happy about at all. That being said, I did still solo the fight, and I didn't play perfect. I'm not trying to say that I did. And they actually will not send me next time, so we finally came to an agreement on that. But yeah, I mean, I don't like this matchup at all. There's not a lot going on here that I appreciate. It's definitely very soloable, but there are just too many break points where if they throw a special, you die, and that's not how a fight should be. But regardless, we get out of there, even playing not that great, and even with a not that great matchup. And we are on to another gauntlet of minis. So first we have, or I guess it'd be second, because I already had one of the shared fights. We have Gorr, and this is the same one that I took last war. I'm just going to go ahead and PS1 with Tigra, and this fight is super straightforward and simple. So let's get into it. Alright, so the game plan is pretty straightforward. I'm going to tap him to pause my senses, then I'm going to bait out a heavy once I'm at my special. So here we go. A little more hits this time than last time. There we go, I'm at my special too. Drop that. Even with only 2 ruptures, it still does a fair bit of damage. He has a buff expiring 2, which is more. Then I bait this out, 2, 3, 4 dash backs, punish that, and yeah, so now he's basically done. But I also see that his protection's about to come back, so I'm like, I'm gonna bait a heavy, right? So here we go, we bait heavy, and that's a knockdown, and that's pushing me to special 2. So yeah, take a little bit of bleed damage, but this fight is wrapped. Super straightforward. It's really hard to die to that fight, as long as you have a decent game plan and execute it fairly well. And I believe I have 2 more fights. The first one is a Thing on Hazard. I'm using Crossbones. Crossbones already melts Thing, but if you mix in free Furies anytime you hit the defender, that's a combination that's going to bring a lot of fun to the game. So Crossbones versus Thing, great matchup, and especially on Hazard, and it's a lot of fun. So I'm going to show you why, if for some reason you doubt it. Super easy. I'm going to start with that combo, special one, not even a full combo. I'm already at 5, gonna overrun, I'm at 8. Heavy counter that heavy, perfect, and would love to get a pause because he's being super passive now, so at this point I would love to pause. Okay, there we go. I can heavy counter his special super easily, as I do with Tigra all the time, but I don't know if I do that. I might. Yeah, here we go. Heavy counter that. 28k heavy. Do I heavy counter this too, or do I overrun? I tap him, and then intercept into special 1, and then do I overrun now? I do. Okay, so I block this special, overrun Dex out of the last hit so I can punish. Perfect. Backdraft with a light into combo relic. And heavy to finish. So yeah, super fun, just really clean rotation, and it's a very smooth and natural feeling fight, which is always really pleasant. So I have one last fight here. It's APOC on the Falter and what's the other thing? Power efficiency. So it's a pretty straightforward fight with Iron Man. I only really have to watch out for 2 things, which is don't be an idiot and get hit by a special. That one should be straightforward. And the second one is to beware of the Vigilance falling off and him getting a Falter. And you're going to see that I do a lot better at one of those things than the other. So yeah, I guess you'll see. So same plan as the other APOCs before, which is start with the special one to remove the prowess. So here we go. Going to, well, I guess I got an intercept off the bat. Then I can drop the special 1. And here he has the Vigilance. And I'm like, okay, I am going to try to throw a special 1, but he doesn't let me. I should have just tapped and thrown special 1 here, but instead I was scared that it wouldn't land, even though I definitely had time, so that was kind of stupid for me. And here I'm going to slow play it because I'm not making that same mistake again, so there we go. I'm going to combo into my special 2, and yeah, he actually has the falter this time, which is perfect. Okay, so he misses the first couple hits of his special. I am already in my arc reactor mode, so I hit really hard. Wow, that's a late heavy. Let's not do that again. And I did notice how late that was in the fight, and I was like, oh boy, that's not good. So trying desperately to not do that again. Drop my special 1 for the armor breaks, and now we're going to be hitting really hard. I really would like it if he doesn't throw special. I try to go for parry there and miss because I was kind of being overly safe. And here, I can parry on a heavy. But yeah, I'm trying to bait special 2s just because I don't feel like dealing with special 1s and power efficiency. That's just a really annoying time-wasting combo. So I get the special 2 out of him, and then I'm going to throw my special 1 to stop that timer. Perfect. So he's missing. I can just play like Ghost except blocking. Perfect. Free opening. And Relic. And here I could have killed him, but I just wanted to be extra safe if for some odd reason he didn't die. And that is going to be the fight wrapped up with this combo. So, messy fight and a bad matchup, but got out of it unscathed-ish and with no deaths.